Liverpool fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, Miyazaki man Sai. We're at Miyazaki Phoenix Zoo at the moment. And I will get into the Phoenix Zoo clips very shortly. But three very important things I want to say. Yellow Pikmin. No wait, that's a different video. Red Pikmin. Yes! The exclusive Liverpool fan in Japan All-Star tier and Emperor Endo tier. The cards have arrived, so I'm going to be writing them up now and sending over those goodies as soon as possible to all you guys in those tiers who have given me your address on Discord. These will come up to you alongside the goodie bags. Can't wait. Also, we smashed West Ham 5-0 away. We are officially the best team in the world on merit, top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League, and Arne Slot, the shiny one, has only lost one game all calendar year to Nottingham Forest. That is why he can't get it out of his head. Just can't get you out of my head. That's Kylie Minogue, right? But yes, he has brought the feel-good factor back into Liverpool. Imagine he actually went the whole calendar year undefeated, an invincible year. Unfortunate Nottingham Forest. We need to chop down those trees in the next encounter with him. Get our revenge for the shiny one Arne Slot. But look, picture this, right? We have one of the best firepower in terms of striking ability in the world, led by Mo Salah, rejuvenated Mo Salah, who's scoring and assisting and doing magical things every single game. Do you remember near the start of the season, in fact, the end of last season, we were like, Mo Salah can't actually dribble past anyone anymore. But did you see the exquisite dribble in the last game to set up Diogo Jota in the final 10-15 minutes? He's been so immaculately fit that he can run a River Nile down his abs as the Egyptian king running down the wing again now. That in the final 20% of the game, he always comes up trump because he's fitter and more intense and more focused than anyone else. As Arsene Wenger famously told him, the difference between the greatest of great players and a good player is that you are relevant for every single minute of the whole 90 minutes and beyond. And Mo Salah is definitely that. He deserves his plaudits. The highest goals and assist tally in Premier League history, starting with Mo Salah. He's on a streak at the moment, and he's on course to break every single record. In fact, if he keeps this up for 3 or 4 years, he could even potentially catch up Alan Shearer, as long as Harry Kane doesn't come back to the Premier League and pick up where he left off as well. He's enjoying his life at Bayern Munich, right? More likely to win something than at the Spursy Spurs. Speaking of which, all of our rivals are dropping points. This is one of those Premier League seasons that's incredibly tough to navigate, but Arne Slot is navigating it extremely well because thanks to Jurgen Klopp giving him the best reigns of a Liverpool squad, possibly in history, the best takeover. He's reinvented Ryan Gravenberch into defensive midfield position. He's got more out of the back line that you can imagine in terms of clean sheets and defensive solidarity, kept Trent pinned back in the right back position and only needing his long ball exquisite skills on occasion. You look at the firepower. Gakpo is the predator at the back post, and he's good at long shot, and he poaches in the penalty area as well. Luis Diaz, not really a false 9, he's a pseudo false 11, because from the central position he drifts off into the left, into the channel, and weaves the play as well. He's not a connector like Diogo Jota, and he's not an in behind ball runner like Darwin Núñez. And we're going to come into Darwin Núñez in a separate video actually, because I actually believe Darwin Núñez is potentially better for this Liverpool squad than Isak. Transferring Alexander Isak for Darwin Núñez is nonsensical, not because Isak isn't fantastic and a better finisher and maybe even a better player than Darwin Núñez, because the implications of what it means, and you're utilising some of your transfer budget, as well as selling a Darwin Núñez who hasn't hit his ceiling and will have dropped off in residual value as well, which means you're going to lose value on the transfer. Use your transfer budget for Isak. And Isak and Núñez shift to the left, prefer coming in from the left half space, and Mo Salah comes in from the right half space. So to utilise that for a position where we're free scoring anyway, doesn't seem like the priority. The priorities to me are a left back, not because Robertson and Tsimikas aren't good, but looking towards the future, potentially a centre back, although we have enough cover. João Quanso will now get the minutes that he really needs to build on the promise of last season. Joe Gomez's injury unfortunate, because we almost were so close to a fully fit squad, right? With Conor Bradley and Canate, the only injuries. If Gomez stayed fit and them two came back, we literally have a full squad to select from. Why Federico Chiesa can come up trumps and has a big part to play in the cup runs and the success of the latter part of this season. And Arne Slot has been a genius for the way he's utilising him. And the fact that Mo Salah is on form, Javier is back, we haven't even needed to use him, which is the perfect scenario. I know the fans are slightly impatient. He was our only signing apart from Masterfully coming in. We want to see him perform. but he's here for the long term. So you give him the opportunity to get himself in the best fitness, because we do not want another situation like Arthur Melo where he breaks down after no preseason and extended period out and adjusting to Premier League. And for the fact that Wataru Endo can cover at centre-back as well. I don't see a centre-back coming in, because the price that you pay for premium centre-back or premium defensive midfielder who really belongs in a Liverpool shirt, I don't think you can do it in January unless there's a player that you've really got your eyes on and they'll be out of reach if you don't poach them. Like Luis Diaz onto Tottenham, we needed him, so we poached him in January, right? That kind of thing all over again. And the Trent situation as well, the contract situation, the Van Dijk situation, Salah saying no, closer to renewal as well. And why it's not really the time to panic, because 1st of January is just a date in the calendar. They would have been negotiating and known terms and known their preferences a long time ago. And nothing's official in terms of going either way, so there's no time to panic. It's a great time to be a Reds fan. And that's what I really want to say, coming on to point number 1. But before I do, let's have a look at our trip at Miyazaki Phoenix Zoo. Yeah, he's your boss.
Yes.
Hello, boss.
Hello.
Are you Mia?
I am Mia.
You're Mia. Yes, you are. Yes, okay,
アジアゾウ展示場によってゾウさんガイドを行います。
イエーイ、ピーシ。楽しみ。よし。フラミンゴ。
あ、終わった。
おーちゃん、お尻プリプリ。キリンちゃん。プリ。Blue Pikmin wa chikara mochi. It means muscle. Oh, yes. That was our trip to Miyazaki Phoenix Zoo, right? Just before the new year starts. It's a cross between a kind of theme park, kids theme park, and a zoo. Beautiful, beautiful place. Really, really fun. Let's get on to West Ham. So, yes, it put as much resistance as wet spam, because at home they got trounced 5-0. Their midfield, missing 2 key players through suspension, couldn't cope at all. We overwhelmed and overpowered them with the quality of Cujo, Curtis Jones. Unfortunately, Sommersai is suspended, but McAllister and Gravenberg, wow, what a combi. Even when Wataru, Man Mountain, Endo, Biggie came on. Did you see that pass through the lines? 1, 2... into the other side, final third, right? Allison to Endo, through the lines. Endo, through the lines to Diogo Jota, cutting inside. 60 minutes onwards. Things can only get better. Ings can only get better. No, that's Danny Ings, right? Yes, so basically he's being more and more trusted. We're giving Ryan Gravenberg the rest that he needs. We've got a quality captain of Japan as a utility player in the centre back. He can cover full-back role. He can play the half-back between centre back and defensive midfield. We know he's a quality defensive midfielder, crunching and dominating Manchester City in their prime last season. We have a quality squad. Here's why you shouldn't get overexcited about January transfer window, because if we do sign a first-team player, our squad is loaded. In the absence of Bradley and Konate, Slot said that Chiesa's doing extra training back at the AXA Training Academy. A first team, 2 legitimate first team players won't even make the bench. Now, how stunning would that be? I'd love a January transfer. We'll get into a transfer special in the next episode. But we're talking about West Ham. West Ham had an opportunity, right, after the first goal to equalise. But after that, thereabouts, they kind of lost hope. Lopetegui couldn't get them really into the game because of Liverpool's intensity, running power and quality paid dividends. When you have Luis Diaz in between the lines with Cody Gakpo on the diagonals and you can't stop his lateral running, the real strength of this team is the lateral movement and lateral running to open the space, to shift the space, to invite the pressure on, right? West Ham denied playing Fulkrug. They played Jared Bowen up front to press, to give the legs. He's a quality player, but he's not the most effective 9. I think he's better on the right-hand side, cutting inside, shooting across or crossing across. But they have to do what they can do. Mohamed Kudus had a quality shot rifled just past the post. He'd be a very interesting player in number 10. But remember, we've got Soboslai and Elliott in the number 10, so he'd be competing for a place there. Would you really put your transfer budget there once again, where we are free scoring? Is a defensive midfield controller, not a destroyer, not an anchor man, and they're really, really rare. A controller in the base of midfield, but would a controller even get in for the fact that Ryan Gravenberch is not a controller? He's an athletic, technical prowess player who can play between the lines and up and down the lines as well, right? So Zubimendi can't do what a Gravenberch can do. We'll do a transfer special in the next episode, but we didn't even need that because against West Ham, their press was ineffectual for the fact that our backline is so good now at inviting the pressure. Even Robertson, who's the weakest at rondos, is very, very good at facilitating the half space to be a body, to receive the ball, to play forwards. Now, when he's got the time to look forwards, he can do really good things with the ball, and he's been so effective, and his adaptation to the Arne Slot system has been amazing. Robertson, after some shaky patches of form, still is a quality player, and in the rotation with Kostas Tsimikas as well, we're well suited at left back. So we're not in urgent dire need. Our left backs are fit, and that's another string to Darwin Núñez's bow. He's always fit and available for when Jota does have those spurts out. He is available. Luis Diaz is now a legitimate option in the 9, the false 11 kind of role. Salah never gets injured, touch wood, and Cody Gakpo has shown that he's a legitimate first team player with a constant goal threat throughout the 90 minutes as well, and a great attitude and great personality. And to think how close and how much effort Man United put into signing Cody Gakpo, and he scored that double against him with a cheeky chip as well. Mate, absolutely delicious. Credit to West Ham. On their day, they can cause some trouble. Paquetá, absolute quality, right? With his foot on the ball, a majestic, stringing in the midfield and the forward line together. Kudos is wildcard dangerous. Jared Bowen is a top quality Premier League proven player as well. They got some able backups as well, like Todibo as well. Alphonse Areola is not a bad backup second keeper as well. In fact, he kept him from conceding double digits. So West Ham did offer threats on occasion. However, when push comes to shove, there's no area that they outshine Liverpool in. And at home, they're expected to come out and try to score some goals as well. And it's always a major threat when Liverpool have the spaces. And my goodness, did we utilize the spaces? And Salah's dribbling ability, by hook or by crook, by luck or by chance, by quality and by skill, he rips everyone and takes away their nil, because he scores and he assists and he racks up the fantasy football points. And I'm catching up in the fantasy football league, by the way. You better be careful. If I win my own kit, then I win my own kit. What can I say? I'll be showcasing all my kits very, very soon. And we'll do the members sell giveaways as well. But just to speak a little bit on members and all the fans, I'm so thankful for supporting the channel. I want to say 2 big mentions, right? Actually, many big mentions. LB upgraded to the Emperor Endo tier and messaged me on Discord. There's not because of any perks or any benefits. They actively support what I'm doing. They are a big fan of my work, and you can see I'm even chuffed for words because I'm so thankful, LB. Thank you so much for supporting. You've been a wonderful source of motivation for me throughout the year, as has Jamie Rennie, constantly bigging up, and you're the best of us in the community. You are literally, encouraging the interaction and talking with everyone and wishing everyone the best of health and well wishes. And that's what I like to grow here. This is about community. It's not about views and becoming a millionaire and for clout or for clickbait. I love Liverpool, and I love everyone who loves Liverpool. Even when I went down to Anfield in the pub, right, I met a guy from Pakistan, I met a guy from Bangladesh, I met a guy from Birmingham, I think, Alex. He liked a bit of tennis as well. Cheeky cider in the pub before Anfield. It was really fun. Every local lad in Liverpool was so welcoming, and this was when I was 18, way back in the day, when I made the trip from Cambridge to Liverpool by train, 4.5 hours myself to see the Reds against Manchester City, my one and only match at Anfield Stadium. Suarez scored that immaculate free kick. Jamie Rennie, LB, Frank, Will, Mike, Mighty Mike, every one of you, absolutely amazing. The banter, the talk we have on Discord, the live chat along, the live watch alongs as well. Trevor, thank you so much for supporting with donations and super thanks throughout the year. Faisal, thank you so much for joining. Aleem, thank you. Kim, everyone, thank you so much. Really warms my heart. I'm missing many people. I want to shout you out every single video, so definitely keep commenting below. I reply to every single comment. And by the way, one thing that was absolutely outstanding, right? My man Roman messaged me on X, on Twitter, to say, is there any other way to support you above and beyond YouTube membership? I showed him a Patreon page I hosted back in the day. He has come up with a $300 well-wished thank you membership to support the Liverpool Fan in Japan channel. So, my goodness, thank you so much, Roman. I'm lost for words. I was in disbelief as well. The kindness you've shown, and really, literally, I don't know what to say. That's the biggest donation and support I've ever had, maybe in my whole life, right? Out of the blue, to support what I'm doing. It's complete backing that this, this channel is having a positive impact in every Liverpool fan's life. I really believe that this is the best international community by far, because we actively support Liverpool through the glory, but also through the rain and through the storm and through the clouds. When they're down in the dumps, we need to lift the boys, because if they perform well, we are happy. We want them to win. And when they win, our week is good. So why go on social media to have a kick at them? Why criticize and make some players downbeat even after a glorious win if they haven't performed well? Everyone's time will come. Darwin Núñez has only had 6 months with Arne Slot. I think Arne Slot has the ability to lift his level to another level. Remember, this system isn't designed for Darwin Núñez, right? He is good in the half space on the sides coming in as well, but he is selflessly providing the runs from the top position, which is in thankless position. You know how hard it is to score double digits in the Premier League, right? But the fact that his existence in the team is almost a title-winning team, that's as important a metric as you need to know. So thank you, Roman. Thank you, LB. Thank you, Captain Haz, my first Emperor Endo tier as well. Thank you, everyone, for supporting the channel. We're on to bigger and better things next year, for sure. Everyone in the community, heartfelt thanks from the Miyazaki man and family, Mai, Sai, Ato, and Mia. So let's get back into the analysis. What do Liverpool need to do here to consistently rack up the points to win the Premier League? Well, it's much and more the same, but I would say start to see more of the earlier rotations to give the Gravenberg a moment's rest, some respite. If we are 2-0 up, 2-0 to the good, and we seem to be scoring more in half time, Arne Slot has figured out the triggers to get us performing in the first half to get a lead, which is immaculate considering at half time he is the tactical master at adjusting a game to the narrative and the flow that he wants to show in the second half. That's a rhyme. I love my rhymes. Poet, and I didn't even know it, but I do know it because you guys tell me. In the second half, he always comes up trumps. He tweaks the system to make the game flow the way he envisages it. And it's very hard for the opposition to counteract that, for the fact that our quality, our intensity in running and getting back in position into the low block, because it is a low block when all our buddies get back into position, with the added fact that we counterattack like the Red Hours quicker and more intense and more incisive than anyone else. It's a hard puzzle, like the Millennium Puzzle in Yu-Gi-Oh! To decipher. And I'm loving every single moment of it because of the fact that they can't work out Arne Slot's system. And even if they do work it out, they don't have the quality to put us to the sword. And we're scraping out the draws. We've still not been behind by more than a 1-goal deficit all year, right? Now, the media are starting to pick up and trying to kick us down in dumps. Mo Salah hasn't renewed. Van Dijk hasn't renewed. Trent, he's given his word to Real Madrid. All these sources from Spain. Obviously, their media is racking up. He gave it a bit of that, after he scored his deflected goal. Yap. I don't care what they say in the media. Let's see what happens. Before anyone jumps to the conclusions, let's see what happens, where they end up next season. But don't forget, we are in a title-winning charge at the moment, right? We are in the best moment, the best form team. Think how unfortunate it is to be an Everton fan, a Man United fan with Amorim coming in and being the worst performing manager in recent history for them, right? My goodness, for everyone who wanted Ineos out, Ten Hag out, Glaciers out, Amorim comes in, and now they're performing even worse. They are in relegation form. Man City were in relegation form, and they were lucky against Leicester. Leicester are toothless because Leicester played pretty decent as well. The fact that they're hoping for Liverpool to drop points, but not understanding that they're going to drop more points. Arsenal will drop more points than Liverpool, so it doesn't matter if Liverpool drop points, because all we need to do is equal the performance or even slightly underperform against the performance of our nearest rivals, Chelsea and Nottingham Forest and Arsenal, and we still win the league because we have that buffer. We have the chance to rest players in Champions League, whereas Arsenal, Man City perhaps don't. Right? That's going to be a big factor. We've almost already nearly qualified in the top 8 positions, which means we can rotate the squad. Our squad is almost immaculately fit and fresh, pending Gomez's hamstring injury, for the fact that Arne Slot recognises how to keep players fit. Personal training regimes, specialist, non-intense running, not Konate covering from Trent. Trent always bombing on, not exposing herself, not providing a clear weakness. And I will go into why, if Trent does leave, the future is still bright for many, many reasons that haven't never been brought up in the media before. But I will show you why with Trent, the future is bright. And without Trent, the future is just as bright as well, tactically and as a club and as a business in terms of infrastructure and what we can do as well. And in terms of transfers, everyone loves transfers and a boost. But imagine that we don't spend in January and we win the league and potentially Champions League, a double. A double is on, by the way. And I'm not going to downplay it. We are favourites for most competitions. That has meaning, has real meaning for consistency in the way we play, right? It's backed by the bookies odds as well. But it means we have money in the summer for big transformative signings that could potentially really challenge for the first team place. And where would you say is a clear weakness? We haven't got a clear weakness, although some people would prefer a left back. But let's do a video on Kostas Tsimikas as well, and why he actually deserves a chance to prove his credentials as a legitimate left back option. He has brave and cojones diving head first, right? He's so popular in the back room. His left foot is the best in the squad, as confirmed by many players in the squad at the moment. We have leaders, legitimate leaders. Alisson is a leader. Van Dijk is a leader. Robertson is a leader. Gakpo stands up. Salah is a leader. Soboslai is a leader. Endo is a leader. McAllister is a leader. We've got so many likeable fellas. Even Conor Bradley. And Trent is a vice captain, right? We'll get onto Trent as a leader in the other video as well. So once again, great time to be a Red. We are blessed. We are honoured to be Liverpool fans, right? It's a two-way love. Liverpool chose us and we chose Liverpool. And my goodness, we're in it together for life. And it's going to be a hell of a ride. Good times don't always last. So really enjoy while Liverpool are performing well. That's all I want to say. Building up to the new year. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the channel. YouTube membership is the best way to support the channel. Every single member that joins. And we're so close to 100 members now. You know, so if you haven't subscribed already, hope you enjoyed this content. Please subscribe. It's the fastest and best growing Liverpool community worldwide, as confirmed by everyone in the chat. Please do drop a comment. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Drop a like as well. It only takes a second. Click the like button. It helps this video get seen. But once again, you know, it's no cheeky cheeseburger for me. It might be Fukubukuro. Fukubukuro in the new year in Japan means lucky bags. You go shopping, you knock all the people out of the way. The grannies will be shoulder barging you as well to get those lucky bags, the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci, whatever, for discounted sales. And there's a Liverpool Fukubukuro as well, which I'll be opening and showing you guys. Oh my goodness, Liverpool Fukubukuro kit, discounted kit. Don't know what it'll be, but I can't wait to see it. Have a great new year, everyone. 5-0 away at West Ham. Top of the league, top of the Champions League. Squad in form, likeable characters. Arne Slot, the shiny one. And you guys, the Liverpool fan in Japan fan base. Quality. Let's go into New Year with a smile on our face, winning the title race. Until next time, Miyazaki-man, Ichiban! It means the best. Jane means ciao. Play my music.
Liverpool fan in Japan.